whoever has been watching this program with us. Today we have Dr. Manoj Mittal, who is the principal of Bhabha College of Dental Sciences with us. Sir has an exceptional record and he's been at a leadership position for quite a long since now. So, sir, what is your philosophy of leadership and how would you describe your leadership style?
Sakshi, leadership is a structural and time-based approach. It doesn't come overnight to somebody. Leadership has many dimensions and it cannot be passed from one person to another. You get your leadership by exposure to different zones, different areas, different time frames. And there are many concepts, like there are many attitudes, there are many guideline principles and behaviors for the philosophy of leadership. By and large, leadership can be democratic one, can be autocratic one, transformational, transitional. Many types of leaderships are there and many types of philosophies are there around the globe. As far as I am concerned, I am dean and a principal of a dental college in Bhopal. And I basically believe in a democratic kind of a teamwork, wherein I assume all my staff members, my head of the departments, they unite together, make a team, put in their ideas, put in their experiences as a team member, and then we collaborate and form a goal or a pathway. Then we motivate our team members, our teachers to achieve that path. That is transformational philosophy of leadership. And then finally, once we set a goal, we motivate our people and we reach to the target, then there are certain incentives to be given so that the team remains motivated. And if we make another goal next year, so we can motivate and pursue the team to do a better work every time. So leadership has got many dimensions, and you gain leadership only by doing something. That is what I personally believe. So I am sitting on this chair for last 7 years now. So it takes 7 years to understand what is a leader and how you make your team to attain these goals. So that is how leadership goes.
Right, sir. So having a experience of you, as you said, 7 years. So, sir, what you have been associated with higher education for since a quite long time now. So, what do you think are the biggest challenges for higher education in general and in your institute specifically as well?
Sakshi, challenges are actually what I feel in higher education, specifically at university level. Now we are in university, and in higher education in our country has been time-based. When we were students in our college days life, when we were doing higher education, that time the challenges were different because the platform given to us for understanding and for learning were different than the platforms what students are getting today. Today, the students are exposed to a much broader genre of understanding, knowledge, information, everything. Having said that, we have many digital platforms on which the students understand. So challenges are time-based, era-based, or maybe decade-based. In education in India, by and large, in last 4 decades, we didn't have a change in education policy. We are still going through the same old performance of doing +2s and then graduation, then masters. So by and large, now that the challenges are in front today, is like post-COVID, things have changed. Now India is going towards digitalization, and the students who are not very familiar, especially the students of rural India or B-town students, they are not very familiar with the digital platforms like e-learning processes, e-libraries, e-journals. So these are, after COVID or during COVID, it is a big challenge to make the student understand about e-learning process. If we are doing a webinar, giving them lectures on web, that is a big challenge. Then there is another challenge, how to make assessment of the students. Suppose it's now almost 2 years, 2 academic sessions has been lost because of the COVID. So it has become hard to make understand how do we assess the students. Then again, at a higher education level, we were not till of late, till 2, 3, 4, 5 years back, that we were not taking students at par pan India. Like if we're talking about medical field now, the NEET exam has come into existence for last 4, 5 years, and the students are calibrated on their knowledge on based on one exam. Earlier, it was not there. So there are challenges. There are challenges to meet with the international world. There are challenges to compete with the professionals around the globe. We want to achieve higher goals today. So there are many challenges, and hopefully we are able to achieve all of them.
So having said the challenges that we have in the future comings, what do you think should be the institutes, universities' top priority over the next 10 years?
See, the priority for university at today's level is to understand the value of education depending upon the skill a student is having. That is what I feel is utmost important. Gone are the days, it's absolutely outdated. One size of education cannot fill everybody now. So we cannot say that you do 12 plus 2, then you do for degree, then you go for masters, and that is all. No, that gone are the days. The society is changing. The jobs are changing. There are many different types of jobs. There are many e-commerce platforms. There are work from home platforms. There are traveling platforms, and the sectors are also changing. Like tourism is the fastest growing industry now in the world. So we can't say that you go 10 plus 2, then become an engineer, and then go for an MBA and become a bank manager. I mean, that also is not understandable. If you want to do a bank manager job, why should you go and do a BE or engineering? So we have to change ourselves, and we have to bring in the skill-based programs, and more so which yield on the person's capability and his desire. If I want to become an engineer, I should not be bothered about biology, or I should not be bothered about history. And if I don't want to become a degree holder, and if I get some job which sustains me for a period of time after doing my schooling, then I should be not doing degree, and I should go for a job which can be offered to me after 12th standard. So today, India is, or 10 years from now, India should focus on vocational courses, work from home, e-commerce courses. Like there are n number of jobs right now available on the internet, and people are going for it. Students are adopting those kind of diplomas, and the government and the policy at the university level, we should also start offering diplomas and certificates of many things. Like of late, we have started certificate courses for video editing. Like YouTube has become a huge mode of income for young people, for youngsters, very youngsters, those who just earn a lot of money. So there are video editings, there are learning how to make videos, how to record videos. Then there are tourism industry is a big industry. We're coming up with courses, part-time courses for hotel industry. We have a hotel management college in the university. So there are many possibilities, and we need to change. We need to change from the age-old, 4-decade-old policy of doing degrees and then going for a job. We should go for a job which we are skilled, which we take entertained with, which we like to do, and we don't need a degree for that. If you are interested in doing a job and a diploma can solve the purpose, then why to go for a degree? So the diploma can get you the job. So that are the, according to me, major priorities as universities and institute level.
Sure, sir. So, sir, towards our last question, any suggestions that you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
Suggestions. First of all, we are over with the pandemic now. By and large, India is not, according to me, going to face a third wave. there will be some infections because infection is going to prevail. COVID is not going to vanish, but it will be like any other disease existing in the country. So first of all, the student should come out of the mindset of that phobia of COVID, and second, get vaccinated, and then come out and have either your classroom teachings or your online teachings. Both the options are open, and you should come, you should study, and you should think what options we are having, because now the new education policy is in force. Government of Madhya Pradesh has already started with the new education policies, and lot many things are going to change in next 2 years. So the students are open for many new courses, many new things, and I wish the students should come out and they should take out their skills, and they should join the courses in the university or the campus level and learn out degrees and or diplomas or certificates and continue further, because the government and the policy of education is developed in such a way that we can assist in startups, young startups. People of 18 years, 19 years can start doing some business of theirs, some job of theirs, some startups of theirs, and they can flourish good in life. So that is my current opinion and my advice to youngsters. Come to the universities, come to the colleges, and start doing things which are job oriented, not just degree oriented. Shift your mind from taking degrees, then making jobs or taking jobs. That is more important.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for connecting with us.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Shikha. Thank you.